Hello, I'm excited to have you here with us today. We are going to talk about what every business wants to talk about. You want to make more money, you want your business to grow, and you want more customers. To do all of that, you have to start with your customer. Find out who your customer is, then find out how they think. That is how you will impact your customer. Let's talk about target markets for a second. A lot of times in marketing, you hear people say, what is your target market? Who are you geared towards? These are demographics, things like age, gender, geolocation, socioeconomic status, education, those kind of things. Some examples of a target market may be things if you're selling a specific type of watch, maybe your market's a 40-year-old man who makes over $40,000 a year, or $100,000 a year, and may have a college degree. Maybe you sell yoga's gear and it's women between the ages of 30 and 45 who are into fashion and they live within a 25-mile radius of your store. You know, these are two specific target markets geared towards demographics. Okay, so you're going to communicate differently with a 40-year-old man than you do with a 30-year-old woman. That's just basic knowledge of understanding your customer. But we want to go beyond just who they are and where they live. We want to go beyond that into how they think. There's an old saying that says, if you want to catch a bear, you got to think like a bear. So how can you think like your customer? Okay, let's start simple. Okay, how do they relate to the world and how they relate to your business? Those are the two areas we're going to have to cover. So if you want to do more than your competitors are doing, if you want to beat your competitors, you have to understand these two areas of your customer's life, how they relate to the world and how they relate to their business. So let's look at this. Okay, it looks like this if we put it all together. Your typical demographics at the top. Over on the left-hand side are the things of how they relate to the world. On the right-hand side are how they relate to your business. But let's go through this step by step so that you'll understand a little better of what this looks like. Okay, so we talked about the demographics. They are important. You do need to know that typical person you're going after. Some people even name them, you know, the potential Pete or the customer Kathy or whatever. However you want to do that is great. Whatever you need to do to get that target market in your head, do it. You can even cut out a picture of what that person would look like just so you can communicate better. But if you really want to dominate your market, you're going to have to dig into what your customers are thinking. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's just jump right in. I'm not going to get into all that spiel about who I am and everything. If you're watching this video, you found it online, you know what you're looking for. You want your business to grow and you want to dominate your market. Okay, first off, do these people have special jargon? Is there specific words that they talk to with one another? In the marketing world or the business world, you may talk about the ROI, your return on your investment. Maybe if you're an accountant, you talk about depreciation, those things. Maybe if you're a younger person, you talk about YOLO. You only live once, right? Or if you're a really young person, you can say toads, you know, but that's not a frog. That's totally, it's like agreement. But you can use those words to connect. If you understand the jargon they're using, that word can communicate to your customer when you use it in your marketing campaigns. What encourages them? What makes them feel special? Is it awards? Is it a gift? Is special recognition, shout outs? Maybe it's money, cars, boats, and vacations. Who knows what it is? But you need to understand what makes your customer feel special. If you can make them feel special, you can do some amazing things. How about writing your name on a cup like Starbucks does? Just so they know your name. You know, those kind of things. If you can understand what makes them feel special, if they feel special when they come into your store or when they buy your product, they're going to continue to buy. They're going to tell their friends about it and you're going to do so much more. So what encourages them is very important to get a hold of. What do they fear? What are the things your customer is trying to avoid? Is it about their reputation, their money? Do they feel like they're going to get ripped off? And we're not talking about spiders or ghosts, things like that, okay? We're talking about things that they have internal fears that drive them. These are driving fears that make them do what they want to do. If you can connect to one of those fears and use that in your marketing piece, you will have a customer for life. On the opposite end of that is what do they love? You know, what are they passionate about? Do they have a social cause? Maybe there's a cause in your community that you can connect in with. Maybe there's a celebrity or there's a sports team and you can go against another sports team and really get people on board with your company because you're with that. Maybe it's a political card. Maybe it's a free stuff. A lot of people like free stuff, and if you can connect with your customer something free to get them in the door to connect with them deeper, maybe that works for you. There's some really good books and resources on that. You'll need to dig into this a little bit yourself, but find out what is it your customers love and how you can connect to that. What are they suspicious of? What brings up their BS alarms is what I like to say, and that's bologna sandwich for those of you who don't cuss. What brings up your customers' alarms? Is it salesy words, quick talkers? Are you too quick to get to the sale? You promise too big, use fancy words? Be careful of the things that they're suspicious about. You don't want to become one of those people. If it's all about you, you're probably not going to get much response for them. They're suspicious of that. They want to know how they can have a value for themselves. And as a business, you need to communicate value to your customer. You don't want to say, hey, I'm the business and I know what I'm doing. You want to say, you're the customer and here's how I can add value to your life. If you can do that, you'll go past those BS alarms and get into something much deeper. Okay, so that first set is how they're thinking, how they relate to themselves and the world. Now we're going to focus on a little bit different transition as we relate to how they relate to your business. Okay? They relate to their world in one way, but now how do they connect into your business? These are the things they go through when they're thinking about your business. If you want to own your market and grow your business, you have to understand how they relate not only to themselves, but also to their business. So look at this. This is kind of a weird way to think about it to start off with, but their opinion about themselves. Their identity is wrapped up in how they present themselves. If you can connect to how they perceive themselves, your business is going to run circles around the competition. Here's a simple example. A Rolls Royce costs lots and lots of money. Okay, $280,000 I think is the cheapest one you can buy. Well, it is made by BMW and has virtually the same amount of work into it, just a different body style as a typical BMW that's going to run you about $80,000. So why would you buy a $280,000 car that is made virtually identically to an $80,000 car? It's because how you want to be perceived. You want to be perceived differently. If they feel like when they come to your location, they are perceived differently, they are going to connect with your business. If there's something in your business that has them connect to who they are as their identity, as who they're trying to portray themselves to be, you will run circles around your competition. I really want to get that phrase in there because if you want to dominate your market, you have to do more than everybody else is doing. If you understand the opinions your customers have about themselves and you can identify with those customers, you will have a customer for life and they will be your brand ambassador. They'll tell everybody about it. This is the greatest place to start when you start connecting them into your business. What about the topic of your business? How do they think about your industry, your company? What about the perception of what you offer? Really and truthfully, this one you got to dig down to yourself. How do your customers actually see you? When a customer walks in your front door, what do they think about your business? What do they think about your topic? Is it way out there? Is it something they're familiar with? Is there thousands of people doing it? How does a customer see you? If you can communicate with them, past their attitude, get past that idea of what they are, you'll get so much better traction with your customers. What about their level of info? What do they know about your business, your industry, and your company? Do you need to inform them about something? Maybe they don't understand something or they have a misunderstanding about something and you can clear that up. What do they really need to know about your company? Get them the information they need to know and you'll have a lot better customer for life. Now, all this stuff that we've talked about all comes into one big category, which is simply, what does your customer want? If you want to dominate your market, if you want your business to grow beyond your personal expectations right now where it's at, you've got to connect with them. You've got to position yourself so that you are the only solution to their desires in your business. I want to repeat that. Position yourself so that you are their only solution. I know this is a lot to take in and I talk really fast, I'm aware of that, but take time to go back through this video, take some notes, and write down these steps. As a matter of fact, if you go to our webpage, digitalsuccessadvantage.com, we'll have a worksheet that you can download for free, no strings attached, just so you can start to develop this understanding of your customer better. And if we can help in any way, don't hesitate getting in touch with us.